Excellent work. Your father would be proud of you. Having already interrogated the guests, Detective O'Reilly is now discussing the murder with the staff members as they leave the party. It would be best if you don't interfere.
Hi, Miss Bowe. I'm Ernie Leach. Dr. Carrington told me you could stay a while and talk to the staff. I've got to lock the doors, so just come and find me when you're ready to leave. Dr. C also has a key, but you don't want to bother him about that.
Thank you, Mr. Leach.
Just be careful where you go. Wolf will get upset if he finds you downstairs. See you later.
Did you manage to learn anything from your interviews, Detective O'Reilly?
Don't bother your little head about it, lass.
It's my job, sir.
This is an official murder investigation, Miss Bowe. Do not be interfering.
Oh, I don't mean to interfere. I just want to know what's going on. Any leads so far?
Dr. Carter died as the result of someone sticking a gift shop dagger in his chest. What more do you need to know?
Well, for one thing, who did it?
Someone who didn't like him, that's my guess.
Brilliant deduction.
If you think that you can do better.
I can try.
Oh, wunderbar. Now we've got the amateurs involved.
I may not be a detective, but I'm terribly clever. I've solved murders before.
Just stay out of me way, lass, and don't destroy the evidence.
Certainly not.
Yeah.
Good evening, Countess.
Good evening, Miss Bowe.
Questions are a burden.
Well, I do wish they wouldn't let the handyman in during social functions. He's not even dressed properly. Oh dear, I find Bones quite distressing, Miss Bowe. Oh, I'm sure there's nothing on that to concern us, Miss Bowe. Oh, could that be some of that cute little Egyptian writing? How charming!
I'm a busy man. Don't take up my time by asking the same question twice. Someone got tired of the man's big ego would be my guess.
Any idea who might have killed him?
Anyone who ever met him. Did you talk to the man? He was so full of himself, there wasn't space for anyone else to be in the room with him.
How do you think he died?
You discovered the body, you silly girl. He died because someone stuck a dagger in his chest, which tends to do that to a man.
What happened to his body after you examined it?
The coroner was at the party. Maybe you met him. When he left, he took Dr. Carter's body with him, ego and all. Bones? Don't talk to me about bones. I've seen enough of the bloody things to last me a lifetime. Lass, I've better things to do than to read the notes of some silly old pottery chaser who ended up with a letter opener in his chest. Don't try to read those Egyptian squiggles, lass. They'll rot your brain.
It's Dr. Pippin Carter, famous dead archaeologist. Dr. Carter's skin is cold and disgusting to the touch. He definitely gives the appearance of being dead. It is better to know some of the questions than all of the answers. James Thurber. Questions are a burden to others.
I don't have time for idle. I'm a busy man.
When you touch the painting, you smear a bit of the paint as if it's still damp. When you touch the painting, you smear a bit of the paint as if it's still damp. Art is work by Fra Boberto Glisoni, painted in 1492, commissioned by Queen Isabella to keep him busy finding a new way to paint instead of discovering the New World, so that Christopher Columbus could do it instead. One of the many paintings in Michelangelo's Battle of the Nudes series. Two Brothers Drinking in a Tavern by Rick Morgan, Dutch master, 1444. Trouble on Two Legs by Dennis Lewis, date unknown. Painting discovered in an attic near Bordeaux, France, hidden behind a case of chocolate. It's one of seeming billions of ballerina sculptures that were made by Dagger, who was something of a ballerina fancier. A fine example of neo-quasi-Italian Renaissance sculpture by Alberto Ravioli. Sculpted in 1525, the humanoid statue is called, appropriately enough, Ruminations on Death and Dismemberment. Cart Before the Horse by Susetto Live in Goudoni, 1481. A typical light-hearted painting by anonymous Bosch called A Heartwarming Story, depicting dead humans being tormented by skeletons and demons in hell. Portrait of a Young Man by Marcello Fleming, Italian master, 1550. Musings on Cyberspace by John Wentworth, the Flemish master, painted in 1533. The oil paint on the canvas is old and cracked, but you can still see the characteristic brush. The oil paint
Dr. Carter's demise was truly a loss to us all, despite his pushy, overinflated, headline-grabbing ego. At least he completed his work on the Ancient Egypt exhibit before he passed on. Dedicated chap, I'll say that for him.
Any idea who might have wanted to kill him?
The man had enemies crawling out of the woodwork, Miss Bow. Practically everyone's a suspect, if you ask me.
Everyone? Including you?
Well, perhaps I should say everyone except myself, since I was at the fundraising event when Dr. Carter was taken from us. Terrible thing, really.
I bore rather easily.
There's a fellow who gets the job done. You can't help but admire his industriousness, eh what?
He was a rather good-looking fellow, don't you think? Of course, I was at the party when he died, surrounded by witnesses, but I've already told Mr. O'Reilly about all that.
You dare to mention his name to me? He is the blasphemous temple destroyer and tomb robber who stole the dagger of Amon Ra from Egypt.
Did you kill him?
Miss Bow, I am shocked that you would ask me such a thing. Amon Ra snuffed out Pepin Carter's life as punishment for his crime, and that's all I have to say on this matter. I'm not familiar with this person.
It is better to know some of the questions.
Dinosaur bones do not interest me. They are not Egyptian in origin.
Question. The glint doesn't glint when you hold your finger on it. You hear muffled voices coming through the door to Yvette's office. What a handsome fellow! Let's see what the plaque says. Caesar Augustus, BC 63 to AD 14. Octavian, great-nephew and adopted son of Julius Caesar, he assumed the name Augustus after his sound defeat of Mark Antony left him supreme master of the Roman world. He was the first of the true Roman emperors, not counting Julius, who didn't live long enough to enjoy the title, and established the Pax Romana throughout the empire. His wife murdered him with a poisoned fig. He was a pretty nice fellow for an emperor, and everybody missed him. Oh my, he looks dour. Let's see who he is. Tiberius, BC 42 to AD 37. Tiberius disliked most everyone and practiced the strictest economy with funds devoted to public amusement. Consequently, most everyone disliked him. Although he was perceived by the upper classes as a suspicious, ill-natured tyrant throughout his reign, he ruled the empire with a firm, capable hand, and Rome prospered. He was most probably smothered by his nephew Caligula, although no one is quite sure to this day. Nobody missed him. Oh dear, he looks somewhat dissipated. Let's read his plaque. Caligula, BC 37 to AD 41. Caligula started out a decent enough chap, but shortly after he became emperor, he was seized with a severe illness which unsettled his reason. Consequently, his name has become a byword for frantic cruelties and insane imaginings. The grotesque atrocities of his reign were ended when he was assassinated by the Praetorian Guard in a grimy tunnel beneath the Colosseum. Nobody missed him either. There's a thoughtful-looking gentleman. What does his plaque say? Claudius, BC 10 to AD 54. Enthroned by the Praetorian Guard after the assassination of his odious nephew Caligula, Claudius accomplished much for the empire. Although weak and timid by nature, he proved to be a noble statesman. He built the famous Roman aqueducts and conducted a successful campaign against Britain. His fourth wife murdered him with a poisoned mushroom. She didn't miss him, but the rest of the empire did. You feel a blush creeping over your face as you look at the perfect body of Rodin's famous thinker. This door is locked. This is the door to Yvette Delacroix's office. A notepad made of good, a crystal. Thank you for coming to see me, Olympia. This is very nice of you.
You're very welcome, my dear. What can I do for you?
Oh, you see, I found this strange bone, and I said to myself, Yvette, if anyone can tell you what this is, it would be Olympia.
A bone, you say? How fascinating. Where did you find it?
I found it right here in the museum. Here it is, Doctor.
Now, let me see. Ha ha! Yvette, you silly girl. This is a chicken bone.
It is?
Yes, of course. Why, it is still greasy. You got this at dinner, didn't you?
Oh, you have caught me, Olympia. I was playing the little joke on you.
You are a funny girl, Yvette, but I am quite fond of you.
Olympia, we are the good friends, no? I have the problem I wish to talk to you about.
Oh, certainly. What is it?
Come closer so I can whisper it to you. It is very personal, and I want no one to overhear.
Oh my. Oh my. Oh my.
The giant lizards are displaying some rather uncivilized behavior. It's a rat, ready to pounce. Well, he would pounce if he wasn't stuffed. Cy Pembet, a formerly successful flax farmer from Nebraska, apparently strayed from a museum tour many years ago. His remains were later found in a rarely used storage closet. Since he left no known survivors, the museum president decided to keep him on as a permanent staff member. This office is now his permanent home. There's an array of rare cockroaches in the display case. It's an intercom slave unit. Feels like an intercom slave unit. Silence alone is great. The skull of the long-extinct horned rhesus, known in academic circles to be the source of much controversy regarding it as evidence for the extraterrestrial origin of primate evolution. The bottle says, Dr. Moribund's Guaranteed Snake Oil.
Good evening, Miss Bo.
Oh, you startled me.
Good. It gets the blood flowing, doesn't it?
Well, I suppose so.
I see you were looking at my snake oil.
Well, I was just looking around.
I'm sure you meant no harm.
What's the snake oil for, anyway?
It repels snakes, of course. Comes in handy when I'm working in the basement. I lost a load of Egyptian cobras down there a few weeks ago, and I occasionally come across one of those little darlings. Those snakes always want to bite me, but I'm sure they don't mean anything by it. It's just their way. They get nervous very easily, you know. Normally, I love to watch them kill things. My Barney will kill anything he can sink his teeth into.
Charming.
Well, I'd like to chat some more, but I've got to rush off and meet that young Steve fellow. He promised to show me his scars. See you later.
It's Barney, Olympia's pet cobra. Not a good idea. Dr. Miklos has many scholarly texts. You see titles such as Common Bone Disorders of Jackals, Parker's Annotated Encyclopedia of Decay, Know Your Fractures, Mummification Techniques, Advanced Dental Identification, and Decomposition from A to Z. It's a rat, ready to pounce. A magnificent view of the night sky over New York City. It's Dr. Miklos's PhD in paleontology from the University of Thessalonica, Greece. It says Dr. Olympia Miklos, Lifetime Achievement Award from the Society to Protect Misunderstood Inquilines. Thank you, dearest doctor, for helping people to truly appreciate inquilines. You are a true friend of the rat, mouse, pigeon, and cockroach. It's Dr. Miklos's double master's degree in paleontology and physical anthropology from the University of Thessalonica, Greece. There's an array of rare cockroaches in the display case. The cages are empty now. You can only guess at what they once held. The cloth seems to be covering something up. It's half of the famed Rosetta Stone. It's half A number of hieroglyphics are carefully drawn on the blackboard. It is better to know. It's your official. While this is an interesting approach, it serves no practical purpose. A number of hieroglyphics are carefully drawn on the blackboard. A number of hieroglyphics are carefully drawn on the blackboard. The sculpture has a beautiful face. Its strong but sensitive lines remind you of Steve. This is the door to Yvette Delacroix's office. You pick it up and place it in your purse. It's used carbon paper. Watercolor painting, Predators Stalking Prey by Yvette Delacroix, 1925. Watercolor painting, Perverse Pleasures by Yvette Delacroix, 1926. Watercolor painting, Purple Pollywogs Playing in Puddles by Yvette Delacroix, 1924. One of those new portable typewriters. At a mere £50, you can take it anywhere. Well, you could if it was useful to you, which it isn't, so forget it. The light bulb is on. You find it very illuminating. Backlit, you can read the words typed into the carbon paper. Ernie, Big Al called to see if you could do some fencing for him next week. He says he'll make it worth your while to do a fast fencing job. Looks can be deceiving. A matched pair of crossed battle axes left over from this room's previous occupant. A ceiling lamp. There's a homey old Norwegian phrase stitched into this needlepoint. An axe in the hand is worth two in the bush. Words to live by. The file label reads, Taxidermy Records. It's a Venus flytrap. A paper cutter with a sharp blade. It's a diploma with Yvette Delacroix's name on it. An advanced degree in French from Ball State University, to be exact. It's the door to President Carrington's office. It's a transom. You hear muffled voices coming through the door to Yvette's office. Come a little closer, Monsieur Nagir. I am wanting to show you something.
And what would that be, Miss Delacroix?
Look at the palm of my hand.
It is a lovely palm, to be sure. But what am I supposed to see?
You see this line, monsieur? It is my love line.
My goodness, Miss Delacroix. It goes all the way up your arm and disappears up your sleeve.
Would you like to see where it ends up, Ramses?
Well.
Have you ever been to Paris, Ramses?
No, I can't say I ever have.
Then you have never seen the Eiffel Tower?
No.
Well, by all means, let me show you.
Miss Delacroix, please. I'm a married man. Oh, dear.
Have you forgotten who let you into the museum, Ramses? Have you forgotten who showed you the secret room for your little ceremonies? You haven't, have you?
No, I haven't, but...
Then you will let me give you the grand tour of the tower, no?
We'll have to go somewhere else. I don't feel safe here.
Lead the way, monsieur. The tribal death mask of the Hottentots. The mask of El Whoopintot, the god who scares Hottentot children. Hottentot elders told stories of how El Whoopintot would jump down from the roofs of Hottentot mud huts to steal the noses off children who didn't behave properly. Anthropologists attribute the El Whoopintot stories to tribal myth, but the ancient records reveal that many Hottentots lived their adult lives without noses. There's a moral here somewhere. It's a portrait of the former Leyendecker Museum president, Sterling Waldorf Carlton. Charcoal. You pick it up and place it in your purse. A desk lamp. A painting of the New York skyline by Sterling Waldorf Carlton, dated 1920. The night sky is seen from New York City in 1926. Looks can be deceiving. It's President Carrington's stuffed porcupine, Spiny Norman. A handsome desk lock. Locked drawers. The President's chair. The war mask of the Poppentot tribe. The Poppentots would strike fear into the hearts of their enemies, the Hottentots, by wearing these masks into battle and screaming their battle cry, "Pop goes the weasel!" which translates roughly as, "Go back to your own side of the river, you Hottentot wimps." The Hottentots hated the Poppentots primarily because the Poppentots kept stealing all the Hottentot women. Actually, the Hottentot women kept defecting to the Poppentot tribe because they had better food, better villages, and men who bathed regularly. You might say that the Poppentots were the first yuppies. The Mask of El Bupentot, the Hottentot god of war. Hottentot warriors would invoke their god of war with the battle cry, "Boop boop-a-doop." This battle cry reputedly struck fear into the hearts of their enemies, who were usually the Poppentots who lived across the river. Looks. Don't touch it. Looks. A lump of charcoal from a fire. Rubbing the charcoal over the notepad has made the imprint readable. Yvette 8 o'clock Egyptian rum, Tut 10:15 Egyptian rum, Carrington 11 o'clock his office. Countess and Ziggy at 1 a.m. Medieval armor display. Don't touch it. Carrington's desk. A desk lamp, a desk lamp. Carrington's desk. You'll have to take a Using your remarkable powers of deduction, you conclude that this little book contains phone numbers. Phone numbers: T. Dargan, WP 5125. R. Williams, BL 4468. I Did It, SH 0244. Be Safe, KL 0527. U Hoser, LI 2077. N Yet, KL 4004. E Leach, BR 1833. It's a port. It feels safe. not wanting to remove evidence from the crime scene, particularly when you must have broken some sort of law by opening the president's personal wall safe, you decide not to remove the diary. Glancing through the diary and the male handwriting within, it refers to Sterling's growing fear that the Countess only married him for his money and that she could be planning to kill him. The final entry reads, "Yvette fears her too." It feels it's the back of the portrait of the Don't touch it. You don't know where it's been. You touch the intercom unit, completely missing the buttons. And the whole point, apparently. The 6-button intercom allows the president to talk and listen to people in other offices. You touch the intercom unit. You touch the When you press the button, the intercom crackles and you overhear a conversation.
I'm telling you, pal, you're not supposed to be down here.
Nothing poisonal, Mac, but Archie said I could scope the place out.
Well, he didn't say anything to me about it. Neither did Mr. Hamlick. And he's the chief of security.
It's okay, Mac. Don't get your britches in an uproar. Trust me.
I'd only trust you about as far as I can throw you.
Hey now, there ain't no need for fiscal violence, Mac.
I'll give you 10 seconds. If you aren't out of my sight by then, I'm gonna hurt you real bad.
You're touchy, ain't ya? But I was done down here anyways. See you around, Mac.
Not if I can help it.
You touch the Don't touch. The intercom crackles and you overhear a conversation.
Oh, I so love your scars, Wolfie. Show them to me again, darling.
They are yours to admire, my strudel.
Hoopa! Very, very nice.
Yeah, and I have this new bone for your collection.
Ah, such a large bone, too. Where did you find it?
I've been carrying this bone around for years. It is yours now, my Fräulein. You may do with it what you will.
I'm impressed by your generosity, Wolfie.
You touch the intercom Oh, my lover, how do you manage to do it so many times?
Sure, and a man's got to do what a man's got to do.
And you do it so well.
Try and keep your voice down, lass. Someone might hear us.
Ooh, I do not care, my amour. Life, she is something we only enjoy once.
Sure, and begorra, I do this at least 50 times a day to stay in shape.
50 times, ooh la la. And what do you call this movement?
Sit-ups, lass. I also do 50 push-ups each day. Then I run a few miles.
You touch the questions are well-timed silence alone. That's not the sort of... You pick it up and place it in your purse. Yes, there is definitely a seam in the statue's neck. It seems to go most of the way around. There's a tiny hinge on the back of the neck. Oh dear, the light bulb blew out. You hope someone will invent a reliable light bulb one of these days. Ouch! Ouch! The glass covering the alcove is marked with the words, "For emergency use only." You pick it up and place it in your purse. You hear muffled voices coming through the door to Yvette's office.
Well, lass, we've known each other a long time, and I'm not ready to get married yet. But I know one thing for sure. I love you.
Oh, my great detective, this feeling, it is mutual.
Just be keeping in mind that I'd have to kill you if I ever found out you were sleeping with someone else.
What? Oh, you are to be making the little joke, no? Your sense of humor, it is magnifique.
I've already had one bad marriage, and it won't happen again. It's been a long time since I've been able to trust anyone as much as I trust you.
This is very flattering, my love. I am never to be knowing someone like you either. You are so good and so kind.
Well, I try, lass. I try. It's not easy being a cop in this town. The place is lousy with criminals, even in the police force.
Oh no, how terrible.
Sure, and it's a hard thing when a cop goes bad. I've seen it happen. A cop spends years fighting crime and watching the hoods get rich while he risks his life to make just a few bucks. The first time a cop takes a bribe, it bothers him. Oh, but then it gets easier.
You are such a strong man, my Ryan. You would never be accepting the payoff, no?
Sure, and I'm shocked that you'd even say such a thing, Yvette.
I'm sorry, my love. I should have known better.
You'll have to show me how sorry you are. Kiss me.
Gladly, my love. How can I resist? Oh, excuse me.
Here now, be off with you then.
This door is locked. Vat 10. Is that a unicorn floating in the murky liquid? Can't be. Unicorns are mythical creatures. Vat 14. There's a vaguely humanoid shape floating in the murky liquid. After staring through the glass for a while, you see what appears to be white hair, or perhaps it's a large jellyfish. Vat 13. Indistinct shapes are floating in the murky liquid. None of the creatures are close enough to the glass to see what they are. Vat 12. Small creatures with long tails are floating in the murky liquid. Vat 11. Something odd is floating in the murky liquid. It appears to be half man and half fish. Or maybe it's just a trick of the light. Vat 9. Tiny furry creatures, too cute for words, are floating in the murky liquid. There are so many of them in here that their individual shapes merge together into one massive fur ball. Vat 8. A thick body with two long bird-like legs and a long neck ending in a small head floats in the vat. Vat 6. Small furry creatures about the size of the average dog, colored black with white stripes, are floating in the vat. Vat 1. Small marsupials are floating in the murky liquid. Vat 3. Very long tubular shapes, like lengths of thick rope, are floating in the murky liquid. Vat 5. A large, hairy creature with at least one huge claw is floating in the murky liquid of the vat. A dusty specimen examination table with a drain at one end. A wooden workbench loaded with many empty glass containers that smell of alcohol, although one of them is full of an oily liquid. The desk is dusty, giving you the impression that it's not used very often. The drain in the floor smells of alcohol. An office door. Another lab door.
Interesting. I'd never noticed that before.
You never noticed what, my love?
You have a tattoo of the Eiffel Tower on the inside of your left eye.
Ah, you are doing this to distract me, no? But I am worried about you, my Ernie. You are so big and so strong. But this ice pick fellow, he is a dangerous one, no?
Yeah, he's dangerous, but I'll pay him his dough. Ernie Leach always pays his debts.
Maybe you can do some more fencing for this Big Al. He pays well.
Yeah, Big Al's a good customer, but there's only so much fencing I can do for one guy.
This ice pick might try to make the example of you before you can pay him off. He keeps leaving these threatening messages.
Don't worry, baby. Icepick knows he won't get his dough if he kills me. Maybe I can get into a hot poker game down at the Harlem Swinger and win enough money to pay him off.
No, no, no. The gambling is what got you into this mess, my Ernie.
Yeah, maybe you're right. But I've got bigger problems tonight. I saw something I wasn't supposed to see.
What?
You're better off if I don't tell you about it. Now, what's this on the top of your Eiffel Tower tattoo?
I think you know what it is, my Ernie. You've seen it before.
And I always enjoy seeing it again, baby.
Ah, you American men are so charming. Sacré bleu!
Hey, you nosy dame, can't you see we're busy? Scram!
Oh, good evening, Miss Bow.
Hi, Dr. Maklaus. I'm sorry if I startled you.
Oh, that's okay. I enjoy being startled. And please, call me Olympia.
Okay, Olympia. You enjoy being startled?
It gets the blood flowing. I love it. I was just trying to find Daisy, my ferret. She usually has the run of the museum, but it's time for me to feed her.
And you think she might be in here?
Well, she's been spending a lot of time in here lately for some reason. She probably likes the unusual smells. Who knows?
Can I help you look for her?
Thanks, but I'm sure I can find her. Would you mind leaving me for a while so she'll come out of hiding?
Certainly. Sorry to disturb you. Bonjour, Miss Bo. How are you enjoying the museum this evening?
I find it very stimulating.
You be careful walking around in this place with the murderer loose. Stay near the Detective O'Reilly or Monsieur Heimlich.
Thanks, but I can take care of myself.
Ah, but you'll keep saying that until the murderer he kills you. Please be careful. You seem like the very nice young woman. I would hate to see the bad things happen to you. The corpse is wearing a black tuxedo jacket. At the moment it's a poor fit, especially around the neck. How ironic. After untold millions of years, this pterodactyl has claimed a new victim, a male specimen of Homo sapiens, which has been pinned to the floor by the pterodactyl's monstrous beak. You search the pockets and find nothing but the usual lint. You decline to take the jacket with you since it apparently contains no clues and is skewered to the floor anyway. The pants are damp and you're getting much too personal, Laura. You move the arm and it flexes easily. Rigor mortis is not yet set in. The right hand and arm bend easily. Rigor mortis has not had a chance to set in. This is the Life Mask exhibit. You haven't seen this many dead-looking, expressionless faces since your accounting class at the university. Oh no! That doesn't look like a life mask! Oh no! You reach out sadly towards Ziggy's severed head, then draw away. He's clearly beyond all help. You reach out.
What is going on in here?
I'd say you've got some explaining to do, young lady. Why are you screaming?
I found Mr. Ziggy's head.
Very odd how you are always finding the bodies, Miss Bow. I think we should be going back to my office and interrogating you now.
Here now, Wolf. The young lady just found a man's head. Give her a moment before you get out your thumb screws then.
Thank you, Mr. O'Reilly.
Don't thank me, lass. I'm not saying you didn't kill the man. I'm just trying to restrain Mr. Heimlich's enthusiasm for his job.
But I will get results. Let me talk to her privately.
Now I realize you're just trying to help, Wolf, but I think we can learn what we need from the lass without harming her.
She could lie and you'd never know it. You Americans are too soft on your criminals.
I just walked in and found his head, that's all.
Well, Mr. Heimlich does have his point, lass. It's a wee bit curious that you keep showing up at the murder scenes before anyone else. How do you explain that, then?
Just lucky, I guess.
Well, you do seem a wee bit small to be sawing off a man's head, I'll say that much.
Thanks.
This Fräulein could have had help. Or maybe she's very clever.
Or maybe you're trying to pin the murders on her, so you can find the murderer and save your job, eh?
My job is quite secure, Herr O'Reilly.
Oh, really now? A security chief who allows burglars to steal the exhibits, then overlooks several murders happening under his nose. I'd think twice about your security methods if I was running things here.
This is hardly the place to discuss my methods, Herr O'Reilly. We have a suspect to interrogate.
Correction. We have a murder scene to investigate. We can talk to the lass later when she's had a chance to calm down.
Thank you again, sir.
You're a sturdy one, I'll say that much for you. One scream and you've got your head together again, so to speak. Just don't try to leave the museum.
I can't leave. I'm locked in.
Good. We won't have to worry about you then. All right, Wolf. We've got work to do. Let's go get the crime scene tools.
Feels like a paint. A typical. The oil paint on the canvas. This is a type of spiked flail known as a holy water sprinkler, which was quite popular in medieval battles. The name, of course, is a humorous reference to the religious device that is swung in a similar manner. The main advantage of a flail over a common mace was that the spiked iron head of the weapon developed extra smashing force as it swung at the end of the chain which attached it to the handle. You pick it up and place it in your purse. A wedge of the finest Limburger cheese, the ultimate in cheesiness. Don't touch.
Wolfie, it's Olympia. If you can hear me, meet me in the armor room at 2 o'clock. You promised to show me your private scars, remember? See you there, Wolfcakes.
Don't touch it. This bookshelf is dedicated to the topic of art history. This bookshelf is dedicated to the topic of animal traps. These are books on art forgery. This bookshelf is dedicated to the topic of museum security, including such books as Criminals Among Us. This bookshelf is dedicated to the topic of gardening. Apparently these gardening books were left here by the previous tenant of this office. This bookshelf is dedicated to a complete collection of the Encyclopedia of Interrogation and Torture. This bookshelf is dedicated to the topic of modern weaponry. This bookshelf is dedicated to the topic of medieval weaponry. This bookshelf is apparently this bookshelf is dedicated this bookshelf is this bookshelf this bookshelf That's not the sort of thing you want to examine too closely. The poetry book falls open to a poem, She Walks in Beauty, written by Lord Byron. The page is marked by a black garter with a note pinned to it. You pick it up and place it in your purse. It's a Thompson submachine gun, also known as a Tommy gun. A variety of shiny metals. 2 of them, with packs of dogs carrying birds in their mouths, are marked with the word Reichsjagdgebrauchshundverband. Others appear to be merit badges for the German youth equivalent of the Boy Scouts. A heavy cavalry saber. A pair of evilly spiked ballet shoes. Ballerinas were tough in the old days. A medieval spiked cudgel, also known as a morning star. A cavalry musket. A fine broadsword imprinted with the mark of the Toledo swordmakers in Spain. It looks very sharp and deadly. It's one of those exotic oriental weapons you've seen before, although you can never remember the name of it. Rubbing the charcoal over the notepad. A lacy black garter with the name Yvette stitched into it. There is also a note attached. A magnifying. The note attached to the garter reads, "You can have the other garter and much more if you meet me at 3 a.m. in the preservation lab." The handwriting is female. Porcupine quills, which appear to have caused Dr. Carrington's demise as they passed through his body, creating multiple perforations in many of his vital organs. It's dripping blood. It's the pale right hand of Carrington's corpse. The fingers are showing signs of lividity. It's the pale left hand of Carrington's corpse. The fingers are showing signs of lividity. Dr. Carrington's head holds no clues that you can discover, except for the somewhat pained expression on his face. The clock appears to have been broken at exactly 12:04 a.m. 2 letters written in blood on the desktop. Countess and Ziggy at 1 a.m. Medieval armor display. It's Spiny Norman, former stuffed porcupine desk decoration is now squashed under the weight of Carrington's corpse. The letters C and P are carefully written in blood on the desk, as if they were put there by the dying President Carrington. Judging by the buttons on the intercom, while this is an interesting approach, it's First editions of classic literature. First edition, a large format illustrated version of Crime and Punishment by Dostoevsky. You pick it up and place it in your purse. By touching the pages of the open book, you feel a momentary connection with the true meaning that the author was trying to impart to you as he cast his words down the river of time to finally wash up against the shores of your eyeballs. By reading a few lines from the book, you gather that the theme of this book is that man pays for his crimes against men by suffering for those crimes. It's amazing how much meaning you can get from a few well-chosen words. You read a police report on the criminal career of one Watney Little, conman extraordinaire. The file contains an amazing list of offences, mostly fraud, conspiracy to commit fraud, and various degrees of larceny. Glancing at the top of the page, you noticed that the investigations were conducted by Scotland Yard. You also notice that the last entry describes Little's recent escape from Dartmoor prison. Clipped to the outside of the folder is a small handwritten note that reads simply, "Remember our deal." Apparently this file was provided in exchange for somebody's silence or service. You read the file. Glancing at the top of the page, you notice that clipped to the outside of the folder is a small a paper cutter with a red blade.
Miss Bo, this is a private office.
Oh, well, I was just looking around. Have you seen this paper cutter? It looks like it has blood on the blade.
Blood? Oh, that's not blood. You got me all excited. It's probably just red ink. But if you're worried about Yvette, I just saw her on the way down to Ernie's office in the basement. She goes down there a lot for some reason.
Maybe she's fond of Ernie?
Yvette is very fond of everyone, my dear. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some business to attend to.
Jeepers, Laura.
Well, well. Good evening, Countess.
What are you doing here?
I just happened to be hiding behind the tapestry.
You're lying.
How could you tell?
Nobody just happens to hide behind a museum tapestry.
And nobody just walks around inside a museum late at night with paintings under their arms.
Paintings? Oh, you mean these paintings? I just found them laying around on the floor and I picked them up so no one would step on them.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Are you accusing me of something, you silly girl?
What do you think?
I think you're a rude girl who needs to learn some manners. The nerve going around accusing people of stealing paintings.
Did I say anything about you stealing them?
Well, of course you did. Don't try to trick me, girl. I've got more tricks than you have brain cells.
One thing I have to ask myself is, why did you bring those paintings to a meeting with Dr. Carrington this time of night?
How did you know I was meeting Dr. Carrington?
I found a note beside his body.
His body? You talk about him like he was dead.
Yes, he is. Dead as a doorknob. You didn't know about it?
You're trying to trick me again. Dr. Carrington is alive and well and working in his office.
Well, you're right about him being in his office, but he's quite dead, I assure you.
Oh, my God!
And you seem to be a logical murder suspect.
Wait a second. You're not going to pin this one on me. I didn't have anything to do with it. Why would I want to kill him? We've got a perfectly good art burglary scheme going.
Art burglary?
I think I said too much.
If you're trying to convince me that you're not the murderer, you're not doing a very good job of it.
What do I care what you think anyway? You're not a cop.
But I am a reporter, and I could write about you in the newspaper. Of course, your reputation would be ruined, and the police would get very interested in you. But you're tough, so I'm sure you could handle it.
Look, it was just a little deal I worked out with Dr. Carrington. An art forger duplicates the paintings on the wall of the gallery. Then we hang them up in place of the real ones, which we sell to private collectors.
Didn't you think someone would catch on after a while?
Are you kidding? That's the beauty of the plan. When we had replaced all the paintings, we were going to slash them and make it look like someone vandalized the real paintings. No one would ever think we'd go to the trouble of forging paintings just to destroy them. And Carrington is here to see that no one gets too nosy.
You mean he was here?
I swear I didn't have anything to do with his death. He was my cash cow. I brought him over from Europe just for this reason. Now that's it. I'm not saying any more about it. I don't feel like talking about that now.
The faceplate on the armor is slightly open, as if something is protruding from the inside of the dark helm. It's Dr. Pippin Carter, famous dead archaeologist. Dr. Carter's skin is cold and disgusting to the touch. He definitely gives the appearance of being dead. Dr. Carter's
Hieroglyphs are the ultimate form of written communication. To know them is to know the power of Thoth, who created them for the people of Egypt. It is truly a language of the gods.
You pick it up and
What happened to the pretty gold ankh you were wearing at the party?
I have no idea. I seem to have lost it.
Hmm.
well-timed silence happens. You don't want to tamper with the evidence, so you leave it where it is. You hear muffled voices coming through the door to Yvette's office.
Oh, Dr. Smith, I appreciate your help so much.
Well, I don't particularly appreciate giving it. I have things to do, Miss Delacroix. Important things.
But surely you can spare the time to help me move my desk, no?
Oh, I suppose. Why do you want to move it anyway?
Oh, there is a terrible stain on the rug. I don't want it to show. We don't have to move the desk very far.
All right. Oh, it's heavy. Oh!
Oh, I am so sorry. Did you hurt yourself?
Yes. Oh no, I'm bleeding. You owe me one, miss.
But of course, Mr. Smith, I'll do anything you say. Anything. Didn't I let you in when you asked? Didn't I keep your secret?
Yes, I suppose you did. And I'm sorry about bleeding on your carpet. At least it'll blend in with the old stain. What is that anyway?
Oh, it is only strawberry jam.
I'm sure I don't want to know, Yvette.
Probably not, Dr. Smith. Now, let's go to your place.
Ernie, it's Olympia. The release valve in number 13 seems to be...
Something I can do for you, Miss Bow? Actually, I've never met the gent. If that fellow were any more full of himself, he'd rise up and float away like a hot air balloon. The way he carries on, you'd think he discovered Atlantis. Well, I don't see the gent too often. We working class folks don't see the big guys too often, you know what I mean? Oh, I guess he's an okay fella, for a cop. I do wish he'd stop leaving those grape stems all over the place, though. Crodfaller? Isn't that one of those fancy French pastries? I've never met the fellow. I don't know your daddy, Miss Bow, but I'm sure he's a good fella. Now there's a Weasley little fella. I've heard he's a stool pigeon. That's a dangerous way to make a living. Dr. Miklos is a strange bird, but she's a decent sort all the same. I see her a lot at night working late. Sometimes she invites me in for coffee. She certainly is taken with a plate in my head. She must have looked at the scars a dozen times. Miss Delacroix is a wonderful lady, Miss Bow. A delight to work for. That fella gives me the willies. He's always hanging around, looking over my shoulder with those suspicious eyeballs of his. Also, to tell you the ugly truth, I just haven't trusted the Germans since the war. That Kaiser guy was a real high hat.
You fought in the Great War, Mr. Leach?
Yes, I did, Miss Bow. I came back with a plate in my head and a chest full of medals, and then I couldn't get a job to save my soul.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, don't let it bother you, Miss Bow. I'm just jawing. I'm doing fine now. The Countess is a quite colorful old dame, isn't she? I can't help liking her. He's a quiet little fella. I think he does some accounting for the museum. Seems nice enough. Oh, he seems like a nice enough fella. I don't know him too well. Well, he's an intense sort of a gent. He's all bent out of shape about this Dagger business, and he hangs around Dr. Carter a lot. He looks ready to blow a blood vessel to me. Why, that's me, Miss Bow. Ernie Leach. I thought you reporters were supposed to have good memories. No, I can't say I ever met the man. That's a pretty good paper you work for, Miss Bow. I read through it every morning at breakfast. Our local cops are okay, I guess. They never give me too much of a hard time. I've heard there are some bad apples on the force, though. At least it isn't as bad as Chicago. I don't go to a laundry, Miss Bow. I wash my own clothes. It saves a few pennies. I'm not fond of the docks myself, Miss Bow. I did a short stint over there a couple of years back. I got treated like a dog and nearly got squashed flat by a huge crate of oranges one time. No, thank you. At first, I wasn't sure I'd like it here in this big spooky old place. But it was so peaceful at night, and there's so many interesting things everywhere. I really enjoy it now.
Do you like New York City, Mr. Leach?
New York's my home, Miss Bow. I was born and raised here, and it's in my blood. Sometimes I think I'd like to go somewhere else, where life is a little slower. But to tell you the truth, I don't think I could ever really leave. Well, a lot of people think those places are the cat's pajamas. I used to go to them a lot, right after I got back from the war. I don't so much anymore. I guess most of you reporter sorts keep a notebook. Right, Miss Bow? Be kind when you write about me. Well, isn't that interesting, Miss Bow? I guess you reporters have to look carefully for your clues. You don't have to carry a glass around with you, Miss Bow. You can get a drink anytime you want from the refreshment table. Oh, this whole place is full of bones, Miss Bow. If you want to know what it is, ask Dr. Miklos. Yeah, I've noticed old Pippin carrying a notepad around. He probably wrote down some nasty comments for future reference. I don't have much use for carbon paper. You might ask that Ramses fella. He's a bean counter. He probably uses it. We burned charcoal in the museum furnace, Miss Bow. It might have come from there. That's a high-quality lantern. My cousin Bobby uses one just like it. He works in a mine in Pennsylvania. I don't eat much cheese myself. I'm more of a meat and potatoes man. Now, Where did you get that, Miss Bo? Maybe you should put that away. Good Lord, that fella has a rap sheet a mile long. I hope I never meet up with him. I'm not sure, but I think it's one of those Egyptian symbols. They've got 1,000,000 of them.
Mr. Leach, has 1926 been a good year for you?
Yes and no, Miss Bo. Times are tough, but at least I've got this job at the museum. That's more than a lot of folks have.
Do you like your job here at the museum?
Yes, I do. This sort of work doesn't really tax my brains, if you know what I mean. It gives me time to think.
Think about what, Mr. Leach?
You sure act like a reporter, Miss Bo.
Mr. Leach, do you have any idea who might have taken the dagger of Amon Ra?
I sure don't. Well, I halfway wonder if it wasn't one of those Egyptian fellas. They probably think I took it.
Was the dagger well guarded?
Oh, sure. It was locked up tighter than a drum. Somebody really pulled a fast one.
Do you know much about Egyptology, Mr. Leach?
No, Miss Bo, I really don't. I think it's very interesting, though. I picked up a book about it in the museum shop, but I haven't had time to read it yet. Hey, that's some of that Egyptian writing. I've seen it in the Ancient Egypt exhibit. Dr. Carter sure is proud of that display.
A full bottle of Dr. Moribund's guaranteed snake oil. The word hippo has been stenciled on this crate's label, but somehow you find it difficult to believe that there's a whole hippo in this box. This is the mammalogy laboratory. The word wildebeest is stenciled on the crate's label. You're not quite curious enough to open up the crate and see what a wildebeest looks like. The word gorilla has been stenciled across the label of this large crate. Somebody's crossed out gorilla and scrawled Sasquatch underneath. Curator humor. It's a sack of plaster, sometimes used for making molds. There's an old cabinet on the wall, decorated only by a few cobwebs and a layer of dust. It's a cold storage locker, basically a heavy-duty icebox for preserving specimens and domestic snacks. It's the door to the mammalogy lab's cold storage locker. The poster outlines basic dissection and preservation techniques. You scan it quickly, just in case you decide to make a change in your career. The crate is stenciled wild dingoes. You hate to think of how many wild dingoes are stacked up in that crate. It's Olympia's ferret, Daisy. The trunk has a name tag identifying it as part of Carrington's personal luggage. Beside it is another sticker emblazoned with the logo Andrea Doria. Questions are questions.
Something I can do for you, Miss Bow?
This door. You don't. The trunk has a name tag. The specimen table and the intercom crackles and you hear,
Ernie, it's Olympia. The release valve in number 13 seems to be jammed. Take a look at it when you have a chance.
You pick it up and place it in your purse. Ernie's index to the stored items in the alcohol vats. Current vat contents, Alcoholic Preservation Lab. 1. Koala bears. 2. Turtles. 3. Snakes. 4. Hippo. 5. Ground sloth. 6. Skunks. 7. Loch Ness Monster. 8. Ostrich. 9. Lemmings. 10. Unicorn. 11. Creature from the Black Lagoon. 12. Rats. 13. Warthogs. 14. King Edward of Daventry. You pick it up and place it in your purse. When you push the button, you hear a sliding noise off in the distance, clearly originating outside of this room. A pair of heavy-duty wire cutters. This curious device is a lasso at the end of a pole used for the humane capture of snakes in the wild, or wild snakes, or something like that. Vat 5. Vat 14. There's a vaguely humanoid shape floating in the murky liquid. After staring through the glass for a while, you see what appears to be white hair, or perhaps it's a large jellyfish. Vat 13. Indistinct shapes are floating in the murky liquid. None of the creatures are close enough to the glass to see what they are. Could it be? Yes. It's heavy. It's shiny. It's real gold. It's got a sharp point at one end. It's the Dagger of Amon Ra. You pick it up and place it in your purse. Boy, the alcohol fumes sure are strong in here. It's the infamous, wonderful, not to mention stunning, gold dagger of Amon-Ra. A slab of meat which smells ripe, veins of rancid fat forming abscesses that ooze copious amounts of pus run through the decomposed cut of beef. Yum, just like Mom used to make. You pick it up and place it in your purse. You have no use for a sack of plaster. You pick it up and place it in your purse. While this is a Ruhmkorff coil, a peek into the mummy case reveals that Pippin's body has been removed. While this is an interest, while this, while this, while this, while this, your fingers play gracefully over the contours of the pterodactyl exhibit room. Don't touch it. While this is an, while, while, while this, while this, while, while this, while, 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 while this is, while this, while, The oil paint on the oil. While this is while 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 the glint doesn't glint when while 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 the while 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 a typical light a tip it's too high to see. The oil paint on. Inspecting the painting carefully, you note the bloody quality of the red pigment and recall that Bosch was known for the use of human blood in his paintings. Inspecting the paint. Inspect. With careful use of the wire cutters, you manage to remove the skeleton key without damaging the Bosch painting. While this you pick it up and place it in your purse. The mummy case is A shiny key, shaped like a skeleton. The trunk has a name tag. This trunk
Oh!
A skeleton lies in the trunk, its bones picked clean by the domestic beetles. They've efficiently removed every last shred of flesh, making the skeleton nearly impossible to identify. You have no reason or the slightest desire to touch this skeleton. It appears to be a gold pocket watch. A close look reveals an inscription on the watch. To Dr. Archibald Carrington III for your years of dedicated service, many thanks from your staff at the British Museum. You pick it up and place it in your purse.
Am I going to have to spank you? Amscray!
Maybe she's wanting to join us, yes?
While this is, you hear muffled voices
You lied to me.
Well, lass, I guess that makes us even. You lied to me.
You had something to do with the Dagger burglary.
You've been sleeping with someone else. I saw you go off with that dock worker.
I've never slept with Steve, and the Ziggy fellow, he told me about you and the Dagger.
And you believe that little weasel. I've arrested the man more times than I can count.
The Ziggy, I know him a long time. He would not lie to me.
That man'd lie to his own mother if someone paid him for it.
Ziggy, he says you were working with the Carrington to steal the Dagger.
Lies! You can't be trusting the man. If he wasn't already dead, I'd pound the truth out of him.
Maybe you already did.
Were you sleeping with the little rat then?
Of course not.
You really surprise me, lass. I'd think you grew up on the streets accusing me of burglary like that.
Where I grew up doesn't matter, does it? The important thing is... Wait, did you hear something at the door?
Yeah, I was hearing it too. Keep your voice down then.
Wolfie, your facial scars are so wonderful. How did you get them?
Fencing, my Strudel. As a young man, I would fence with my Heidelberg friends. We would stop our opponent's saber just before it went through our faces, which would make the scars you see now.
Ah, that is very interesting. You did not use masks to protect your faces?
Nein, that would have been considered unmanly.
You'll have to show me how to do that sometime.
There are many things I can show you, my Strudel.
Perhaps we should go somewhere less public, Wolfie.
Oh yeah, good idea. Particularly since there's that annoying reporter wandering around the museum. That is not something I would have allowed if I was running things here.
Give it time, Wolfie. Perhaps you will be running things here someday, if I have anything to say about it.
Oh? What can you do?
There are ways, but come, let us speak of these things in more privacy.
While this is an interest, while the Ernie's head lolls back limply. The fabric of the shirt appears to be clinging somewhat to Ernie's chest. This arm is flung out to the side as if to say, I'm completely limp. Ernie's pants appear to be clinging somewhat to his legs. Ernie's shoes are intact, yet strangely dark and damp-looking. You look closely at Ernie's eyes but find little except a few broken blood vessels. You examine Ernie's head carefully, searching for contusions, bruises, or other evidence of foul play. You see little, but you do notice a faint odor, not immediately identifiable. Despite your closest examination, you find nothing unusual about Ernie's outstretched right arm. A minute inspection of Ernie's left arm reveals nothing suspicious. The hairs are bristled and clearly animal in origin, with a faint smell of alcohol. Upon close inspection, while this
Ach, you are smelling like the brewery, mein Kapitan. Either you've been drinking, or you've been eating too many of those grapes.
Sure and begorra. A man needs a little nip from his flask now and then, doesn't he?
Personally, I do not require the drinking of the alcohol. It would impair my mental and physical skills.
Ernie Leach has been murdered!
What was that, lass?
Ernie is dead!
So, you finally come to us to confess. Is that it?
Confess? No! I'm reporting a murder!
And you was the first one to find the body again?
Well, I guess so.
Quite a coincidence, Fräulein. I think we should be interrogating you to learn the truth. I've had enough of your lies!
Calm down, Heimlich. If there's any interrogating to be done, I'll be the one who does it. Now then, lass, where did you find the body?
The mastodon room. He's hanging from some mastodon tusks.
Ach, he's probably just sleeping on the job.
No, I'm sure he's dead.
Well, I'll go take a look at him then. If I need to talk to you, I'll find you later.